The market, Paul, is reacting. Is this non-deal trade deal, hasn't been signed yet, is it as good for the auto companies and auto parts companies as the market is making it out to be today?
Well, sure it is. You know, when all is said and done, more was said than was done here. Not a lot is going to change, to be honest with you. I mean, if the whole idea here was
to
shut off imports coming back into the United States and have a whole new raft of automobile factories built in the U.S., that's not going to happen. You know, as Phil noted, the import caps are a lot higher than the current levels from Canada and Mexico. So this relief rally from the auto stocks is quite warranted. Now, look, this new deal, NAFTA 2.0 or whatever it's called, might have a bigger impact on other industries, but the impact on the car business is going to be fairly minimal.
Yeah, because, I mean, we got those caps you talked about. I mean, I guess the one thing there is to like there is that new jobs have to be 45%, I believe, of new jobs have to be at $16 an hour or higher. So it may be a win for some of the entry-level manufacturing workers in, you know, I've heard key states like Pennsylvania and Ohio and Wisconsin. So your whole point is at least it keeps things going. It may not add a lot net new, but it's not shutting things down either.
No, that's exactly right. And the truth is, you know, look, wages in Mexico, as that economy expands, are going, you know, are going up. So, you know, this is going to level out. Maybe not immediately and not fully level, but the gap's going to decrease. And frankly, wages are, you know, only about 20% of the cost of building a car anyway. So this is not going to be a huge deal.
Are the prices of cars made in the North American trade zone going to go up either as a result of this deal or as a result of steel and aluminum tariffs that remain in place for now at least?
Well, definitely as a result of steel and aluminum tariffs. Those are big. And I think what the administration is probably counting on is that they'll be spread out over so many vehicles that people won't notice a couple $100 dollar difference in the price of their car. Well, good luck with that. I'm sorry. I mean, new car prices are already pretty high. And the truth is that the steel and aluminum and components things are going to be the real driver of price increases. And the average American will feel that.
Paul, does anything in this new deal suggest to you that more manufacturing jobs will be brought into the United States? At one point, President Trump was very focused on that, but Phil pointed out that none of the auto companies shut down their production in Mexico or in Canada out of fear that there was going to be a big tariff or increased cost on bringing those cars in.
No, this is not going to produce a flood of new auto jobs in America, the United States of America. Absolutely not. There's just nothing in it that suggests that, period.
Let's move on to Tesla then, if we can. All right, you heard Phil LeBeau say they put out an 8K with their email. I mean, most grown-up companies would have done that already, but Tesla marches to the beat of its own drummer. By the way, that's probably why it's the only successful all-electric car company that has existed since, what, 1898? Okay, so do you think that Tesla is at risk of losing some of that magic, right? The Muskian special sauce that the company needs?
Well, again, by the way, I think it's 1998, not 1898.
No, the first car was all electric, by the way. I did mean 1898.
Right, I understand. Look, I think the issue here is really, as long as Elon Musk stays as CEO, it's hard to imagine much of anything changing in that company. You know, he might behave, quote, marginally better according to the SEC rules, but he's a pretty strong-willed guy, and he usually gets his way. He's pretty much getting his way on this. I can't imagine a new chairman and the new, quote, independent board members will not be very simpatico with Elon Musk. So, you know, again, this is sort of like the new trade deal. When all is said and done, you know, much more was said than was done.
And he remains the largest shareholder, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So all these things, I mean, you know, we all know where the power is at Tesla, and that's not going to change.